everyone, my dear friends. I'm here to knock your door. I think it's too early, isn't it? I just knocked your door just recently. Why I'm knocking the door again, your door again? Because tomorrow is 26th, the November, the Friday. What did I say? 26th of November 2021. It falls on the Friday, and also it corresponds to 22nd of the 9th month. And fortunately, this year, according to lunar calendar, Tibetans follow the lunar calendar. So, and according to calculation, that this year, it's amazing that normally we have only 12 months a year, but this year there's a double 9 month. It's very, very strict. Yeah, it's really very, very careful and strict. And so we have again 9 month. It's so wonderful that we could celebrate this day again, descending the Buddha from the Dushita, after giving teachings to his mother. And why we did celebrate the last month, and why we are doing this again. And of course, the 9 months is very important for me personally. It is the 22nd of 9th month, same day Buddha returned from Dushita, from heaven, after giving teachings to his mother. It also corresponds that the birthday of my father, Kangyur Rinpoche, and also he's really my first teacher. Thanks to him, that if I'm first of all, I have the human life, thanks to him and my mother, and also anything positive I know is from him and my mother. He taught me everything from my childhood, and it's totally amazing. I could spend 2 decades with him. Thanks to him, then I've been close to my other teachers, such as like his own Dalai Lama, 14th Dalai Lama, 16th Karmapa. So my father brought me to his own Dalai Lama when I was very little, and as well as 16th Karmapa. And then of course, then I met Gyabje Dunjun Rinpoche, all just because of my father, Gyabje Kangyur Rinpoche, also Dingbi Chin's Rinpoche, and then later Gyabje Tushi Rinpoche and Gyabje Tenga Rinpoche. All these great teachers I met solely through the kindness of Gyabje Kangyur Rinpoche. Just little what I know is thanks to Kangyur Rinpoche. So it is a very precious day for me. And so I would like to do short practice, as it's still 22nd of the 9th month, which corresponds with the Buddha Shakyamuni returning from the Tushita heaven. So therefore, we begin with calling the Buddha for the benefit of all our mother sentient beings. I'm not only talking about human beings. I'm talking about all living beings, all sentient beings. As you know, we believe in the three worlds of existence, or six world with the desire, form, and formless, or the celestial world, demigods, humans, animals, and also us, this what you can call it, pretas or hungry ghost realm and hell realms. All these beings who manifest in different forms, different situations because of their past actions. However, they all have the body, they have a speech, they have mind, and according to our teachers and Buddha, it mentions there's not a single being throughout inter-existence who have not been precious to us. Therefore, we often address precious mother sentient beings. So, I would like to call upon the Buddha for our beloved mother sentient beings, for their welfare, for their happiness. As you know, there's not a single being, whoever they are, what size they might have, and they all want happiness. So for the happiness of everyone, and for the peace of everyone, I would like to call upon Buddha Shakyamuni, as usual. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. Deyata Om Mune Mune Maha Munaye Soha. Om Mune Mune Maha Munaye Soha. Om Mune Mune Maha Munaye Soha. Now, I would like to call upon Buddha of great compassion, Om Mani Padme Hori, Om Mani Padme Hori, Om Mani Padme Hori. Lord of great compassion was manifested from Buddha Amitabha, Buddha infinite life. Om Ame Devare, Om Ame Devare, Om Ame Devare. Then I would like to call upon Guru Padmasambhava. Om Aho Bajrang Guru Padma Siddhyo. Now I would like to call upon Aryatara, Mother Tara. Om Tare Tu Tare Dore Soha. Now, in the honor of Kangyur Rinpoche, he very kindly has left for us a very short practice, most brief prelim practice, and most complete prelim practice, which is known as Secret Heart Essence, written by Kangyur Rinpoche. And I would like to chant this, and it has different sections. First, calling the teacher, but also it is really to check our attitude, and which is very important. Without proper attitude, that wishing everyone be happy with the cause of happiness, and without thought of others, thinking of others, then whatever we do might not be complete. And after calling the Buddhas or teacher like an embodiment of Padmasambhava, then we begin this short practice. What I'm going to read, its meaning is Padmasambhava, ultimate refuge. You know all things. I'm going to chant that in Tibetan as written by Kangyur Rinpoche. Jabje chojo lama benjong jin. Jabje chojo lama benjong jin. Jabje chojo lama benjong jin. Then next, there's 4 important topics: reflection on precious human life, impermanence, law, cause and effects, and also nature of suffering in the circular existence. Those are 4 subjects that turns our mind from delusion to freedom. First, I will read it, the translation, so that we know what we're going to say. We think of the freedom and advantages so hard to attain. We think of impermanence and the cause of death. We think of the inexhaustible pattern of cause and effect. We think of suffering of circular existence. This is on the topic, 4 topics that turns our mind toward freedom, precious human life, impermanence, and on the subject of law, cause and effects, and also the suffering of the circular existence. Now I will chant that in Tibetan. Tenjoy nyeka meda jiwe jin junde lome gorowe dunge jen. We reflect on very short moment on how fortunate we are. We have the precious human life, but it's not permanent. Everything is uncertain, impermanent. And what is important to be aware that everything's interdependent, meaning like our situation, pleasant or unpleasant, it depends on our on actions of the past. So actions, very important for us to be aware of and correct, and engage in virtue. Always try to keep away from the negative actions by body, speech, mind, and then to be aware wherever we are, unless we are free from the cause of suffering. If we are within the sixth world of existence, we have nothing but suffering. So therefore, it's important for us to find a way out. Then, what are we supposed to do? Then engage in the 5 important reflection or meditation, 5 topics of meditation: refuge, bodhicitta, and also meditation on the purification of bodhisattva, and also accumulating virtue, making offering mandala, and then engaging in the practice of practice of Guru Yoga. Why these 5 points important? Because all the problems we have right now, it coming from the every problem has a cause, and of course there are so many, but it is really the 5 conflicting emotions which are the source of our problems. So therefore, refuge is important. Why we take refuge? It's just because, because of our pride. We never have a chance to engage in virtue. Therefore, refuge is important. Refuge is important. Then, secondly, engaging in the selfishness is not worthwhile. So therefore, cultivate love and compassion is really very important. That's second point, to purify. And thirdly, any forms of aversion that crosses our mind, it leads other terrible situations. Therefore, through the practice of bodhisattva, we purify the source of our problem, that's aversion or anger. Then, often we engage in an action that's really kind of selfish and miserliness and attachment, that creates some conditions where we always lack what we need. For this we practice the mandala offering. Then thereafter, one of the source of all these manifestations, because of ignorance and something that is without wisdom, so therefore we engage in the ultimate practice, that is Guru Yoga, and which helps us to be able to overcome of a source of all the problems. So first I'm going to read the lines for the refuge in Tibetan. First in English: we take refuge in the 3 jewels, the only sure protector. Denje jabje Ngondro jasondo, denje jabje Ngondro jasondo, denje jabje Ngondro jasondo. Next is to cultivate love and compassion. We shall bring all beings, our parents, to the level of awakened state or enlightenment. Famandronam sanje saguja Sanje Sarguja. Third subject, to purify everything what they are to purify. That happens with 4 powers. We can purify everything. There's nothing that cannot be purified with power of support, power of regret, power of resolution, and power of purifications. Thinking of the enlightened ones in a crystal clear, and then from the Buddha, Bodhisattva, descend elixir nectar that washes off everything. For this, we read what we are going to read in Tibetan. It means we confess the negative actions and obscurations and faults and downfalls accumulated in all our lives. Zera chesa de nye dong 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 Om Vajra Sato A, 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 Om Vajra Sato A. Next is to engage in the practice of generosity. We offer our body, our possessions, an infinite blendfold universe. Da le long je dong song ram jang bu da le long je dong song ram jang bu da le long je dong song ram jang bu Om Savarana Mandala Puja Ho Om Savarana Mandala Puja Ho Om Savarana Mandala Puja Ho. And the next is what we call Guru Yoga practice. Essence, a source of all refuge. Teacher, hold us with your compassion. Yane kundu guru tuje song. Yane kundu guru tuje song. Yane kundu guru tuje song. Om Bajra Guru Padma Siddhi Om Bajra Guru Padma Siddhi Om Bajra Guru Padma Siddhi Om Bajra Guru Padma Siddhi. Mind become free through the 4 empowerments. Mind become free through the 4 empowerments. Mind become free through the 4 empowerments. May all beings be enlightened. May all beings be enlightened. May all beings be totally free from suffering and its cause. 往昔觉 zhu zhu gun san jie shu wang xie ju zhu zhu gun san jie shu. Now we shall dedicate the virtue of this chant and reflection for the happiness of every living being with unconditioned love. On the basis of unconditioned love, we cultivate unconditioned compassion, wishing that every sentient being be free from suffering and its cause. Thus we reflect for a second on unconditioned compassion. Now we shall try to cultivate joy, rejoicing happiness of everyone, instead of jealousy. We try to reflect on joy, rejoicing happiness of everyone. Now we try to make sure our love, our compassion, and our joy that we could extend totally impartial equanimity toward every living beings. On the basis of this, as often as possible, we try to become aware what's going on in our actions of the body, actions of speech, actions of mind. Even we can't help anybody, we make sure that we will not harm any living beings. Why? We do not want to suffer. No one wants to suffer. If that's the case, we have to avoid anything that contribute for the pain and suffering. If we can't help others, we must make sure that we will never harm anybody. So often we directly or indirectly that we harm others. So therefore, please try to help poor people and people without food. If you have something to share with, instead of just throwing in the garbage, if you could take that to the nature. And there are, especially during the winter, there are so many birds and they are lacking food. So therefore, if you could share, and also whatever you can, try to share things to our fellow human beings, and or like animals, that's a difficulty. And especially if you could try to practice like a become vegetarian, if it's possible, like a vegan, if not at least a vegetarian. And so thus I will conclude here with love to each one of you. And please try to listen to this and see if you could try to bring something in your life, if you can. Thank you so much. I'm sorry to bother you again. And yes, I will come again in few days. Again, there is Guru Rinpoche's day, and then after few days there's going to be the new moon again. Please try to remember them, write them down in your schedule, and try to do something that is helpful for everyone. Helping others, it's helping ourselves. That's what our teachers used to say. So this reminder is especially doing it in the honor of Gyabje Kangyur Rinpoche. He was my teacher and he was my father as well. Thank you so much, everyone. Sorry to come too early, but I couldn't help it. Not to share and not to request you to do what you can. Thank you.